Alrighty. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Seeker Hart, and once again, okay, welcome back to. Feel that burp. Welcome back to Minecraft. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if/when Cosmo will be joining us. Only due to the fact that we both were up pretty late and yeah. Okay. Oh, I do have cantaloupe. Yeah, okay, there it is. So, spice leaf. Suppose I could do sugar cane, spice leaf, and maybe some brown mushroom. I'm not going to work on it today, though. I mean, technically I could. There isn't really exactly anything stopping me from doing so. Except, of course, for the fact that I did say that I was gonna try to split the stuff up. Okay, so as I mentioned in the recorded video, which you guys are in fact actually going to like the weekly update thing, the sort of kind of weekly update videos that I am doing. As I said on that, I'm probably over time eventually going to turn this area into a dock kind of thing, or port, like a really heavy industrial port kind of place. And I had come up with the idea since while I had been recording, due to the fact that this village is empty. There's really no way I'm gonna be able to, without the cheats, obviously, there's really not going to be a way that I'm gonna be able to turn around and fix it. There isn't. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this oil. For some reason, it's just liquid pain instead of an actual liquid. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, if it's supposed to do that or something, but whatever is causing it, I have no idea. So again, I'm going to be working on getting these two down there, and then I think I'm going to like have it as like a 4x4. So it's going to go to like right here. So I'm going to work on this little section here. And then I think like from there, like I'll eventually, like once this is mined out, I'll turn it to 5x5, and then 6x6, and then 7x7, and so on until it's the 10x10. And then from there, I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. I'm really not. Like, one of the things I could very easily do is like just like keep going at it. Yeah. And I did do a bit of exploring on the video as well. That was in fact actually a good chunk of the video, because I really didn't have anything to do with on the farm, which no, I was exploring because I was looking for more plants to plop onto the farm. Sadly, I didn't really find all that much this time, because like I had went to this biome because like I was thinking like, hey, maybe I could explore here and find like some cold biome crops. Sadly, this region for some reason does not have any of the Pam's Harvestcraft stuff, so couldn't really do much with that. Next time I go off exploring, I might like go like down into here, look for crops. Maybe I'll go into this biome, the maple woods. Maybe I'll go here. I'm not sure like which direction I will go, but I'll go a direction. I do need better armor. Ah. Oh, shit. Forgot, because this is magnetic. It pulls the pulls the stuff in. Forgot about that. Oh well. Alright, let's see. How is this doing? Ew. That somehow worked out. It'd be nice if the stuff grew up. I don't know if it does or not, though. Alrighty. Back to mining. And I don't have Buildcraft, so there's none of that. I do wonder if, no, because that has the Immersive Engineering has the digital, one of them has a digital miner. I think it's either Immersive Engineering or Mechanism. I know one of them has it. I don't remember which one. So yeah, the good news is it does seem like it was just simply that world had gotten corrupted. I don't know. I have not, in fact, actually gone back into Valhalla 2 yet to check, but yes, again, going back to the Patreon thing, which I have not really actually talked about in a couple for a bit, but yes, going back to that, once the wall of signs of people joining the Patreon, that's still going to be a thing, but it's going to be here instead of in the Valhalla 2 world. But it's still going to be, once that hits 50, I will look into opening up either Valhalla 2 or Valhalla 3 server, in which I will, for a third time, because this is the second time, but like for a third time, I will turn around and start this mine over, but on the server. I will probably potentially still do this, but off camera. As I do, in fact, actually like the idea of having like the weekly videos for that I'm doing with this pack being like weekly updates, as opposed to like all progress being in the videos. Because like I do know Minecraft, if you're playing it casually like me, it can be very incredibly grindy. I mean, just look at this super, I mean, I call it a super task, but it really is just a super task. It's a mega, essentially it's like a mega project. Like that's what this is, This is a mega project that I'm working on. And probably will be working on for months, if not years. Like, I don't know if I'm going to update versions. Like, for instance, this is 1.16. I don't know if I will even be able to put this on 1.17. As I did try, or have tried, updating Forge, but for whatever reason, it's breaking it. Like, updating Forge breaks it. I don't know if that's just me and I'm just being a little impatient and it's just taking a bit, or if it is in fact actually broken, which would be just my luck. I think there's a cave. There's probably a cave right over there. Oh, yeah, because of the plants. Yeah, in my exploring, I had found a cave that had permafrost in it. I don't remember what mod that's from, but it's got permafrost, so that's a thing. And like one of the things that I am in fact actually hopeful for doing the Gotcha. I'm derping out right now. But the server, one of the things I'm hoping for with doing the server is, in fact, that the server will take care of a good chunk of like the processing power, because like one of the things with this is as time and as the game goes on, more and more. Oh, they must also be on. Cool. More and more as time goes on, the world gets larger, and with the world getting, it's 180, that's why. I have only 119. Okay. So with the world getting larger, that means more processing power is technically needed. And so, yeah. You know what? Do I want to set up more spots? I'm going to set up more spots. Needs to be 2 apart. 1, 2. 1. Right there. I know I said some time ago that I wasn't going to work on the farm, or I was going to try to avoid working on the farm on these streams, but look at how well that's happened. Don't want to do soybean, don't want to do that, and cook the eggplant. You know what? Forgot that I did a second rice. I don't know why I did a second rice. No, I know why I did a second rice. For this. Boom. Excellent. Boom. Boom. I will eventually cook it. Eventually. Perfect. At some point. So, yes, the goal of the recorded videos, which yes, they are weekly updates, but like the goal of them is still, it still is the idea of like essentially completing the Pam's Harvest Craft mod. That is to say, gathering a stack of all of the goods. So like a stack of all of the processed food, like all of them cooked meal foods, a stack of all of the crops, so on and so forth. Like, that is still the goal. That's definitely still the goal. Cool. There's supposed to be one. Hold on. Yep. So yeah, again, once these two catch up to the other ones, I will, as I said, turn around, mine them down to bedrock, place a tiny little layer of something over the bedrock so that it's flat, and then I will move down, do the same here, move down, do the same here, move down, do the same here, and then it'll be a 4x4. I don't know, that could be months from now though. So like it could very easily be months before I'm done with the whatchamacallit, like the 4x4. And like if that's the case, I may have updated it to 1.17. But like I almost don't want to update it to 1.17 because, as you know, as some of you may know, the 1.17 is indeed, in fact, the cave update. The caves update. So yeah. Granted, I'd need to explore first in order to do the cave. Like, obviously, I would need to generate new chunks first in order to get those new caves. But like, I'm not an expert on Minecraft, so I have no idea like how far past these explored, like this explored area, is actually already generated. Is it one chunk past the rendered? Is it 2, 5, 10? 0? I don't know. So I'm not sure how far, like at that point, if I were to update, I'm not sure how far past the explored area I would have to go in order to get those new caves. So yeah, I think what's probably going to happen is once I do, hold on. Once I have reached the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why was I saying there? Well, that's the 5x5. 6x6, 7x7, 8x8, 9x9, and then 10x10. So like there's that. But like what's probably gonna happen is once I get to the 4x4, if I haven't started already, I will do like the very next stream. Once I've finished mining out to bedrock the 4x4, I will turn around and start tearing down this village. And once the village is torn down, I will, granted, of course, because I don't have world edit, everything is going to have to be done essentially manually. Which just sounds lovely. But like, once, like, obviously stage 1 is tearing down the old village. Like this village. Stage 2 will be me doing the beginning world editing stuff. Like terraforming. Which is just very lovely. After that, I'm not sure. I'm like really not sure. Like stage 3 obviously would be building the port. Yeah, once I get some more uranium. See, what I'm almost tempted to do is actually do. Hold up, don't I have a crevasse somewhere nearby? Yeah, I've got this. What I might do is I might, in like one of these streams, I might pop up into there and like grab any of the ores there. Hopefully there might be some redstone. Because I would like to get the ore doubling up as soon as I can. As that really is the main thing that's keeping me back. So like the mechanism stuff, which is how I will be doing the ore doubling. I think immersive engineering might also have ore doubling mechanics, but I will actually be doing ore doubling using mechanism, only because doing it that way, like, there is a progression to it, and this progression eventually will lead up to me being able to octuple my ores. So like that, like this osmium right now, or better yet, yeah, so this osmium right now, if I were to smelt it in a furnace, I would get 1 osmium ingot. With the crusher, that is turning it into the dusts, I would get 2, right? Okay, that's fine. A lot of mods do that. But if I added another building to that, I would get 3. Or, well, not really building, but like another thing to that, I'd get 3. And if I were to further add another one, I'd get 4, and then 5, and then 6, all the way up to 8. So, yeah. Obviously, anyone can see how useful that would be. Or at least I would think people can see how useful that is. Is that kind of stuff advanced? Very much so. Far more advanced than I am potentially capable of understanding. Like, here's the thing, though. Like, with the enchantments, like, as some of you may know, I did add Unbreaking and Fortune 3 to this pickaxe. In addition to the traits that the material give it. The game would not let me put higher than Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 3. I know for a fact there is indeed a way to get above that. I just don't remember how it's done. I think there. That way I could go like that. Oh boy. I'm almost tempted to grab the bed from up there and put it down here. Tempted. And I might do it. I might do it. Yeah. And yes, I am. I do remember that these chunks are in fact above a crevasse. Cavern. I don't remember which one is the. It's inside something. Hold up. Let me just plop a chunk. Yeah, it goes right there. I can't tell if that's above it or below it. I think it is below it. Yeah, it would have to be, because like this is where the crevasse is. Like, as we know from down there, there is a large crevice. So some part of it has a platform up here. As that would be the only way that we could get the the zombie sounds. Now, one thing about the village, or well, not really village, but one thing about the port that I will keep note of is yes, I am indeed aware of if I build it out too much, it will build over this. But like one of the ideas that I do have is like in fact like flattening out, not really like flattening completely, but like some part flattening the area atop it to the point where, oh, pardon the yawn. Essentially, like what I could do, and the reason why I'm waiting to start the tearing down to when I've gotten the 4x4 done, is like I will probably have like scaffolding kind of stuff over the mine. And yes, I will only put the scaffolding stuff on the ones that are already completed. Oh, new cultural center. Nice. Let me just quickly take care of this because it's been peeking at me. What was I saying? Right, so the scaffolding will only be on the ones that are actually completed, which is nice. Oh, lovely. Uh-oh. Yay! A slime spawned! How wonderful! A single slime spawned. So I'm gonna have to deal with that first. Oh, fuck's sake. Nice. And then from there, this one. That's what things get fun. Yeah. Fun. Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. That is to say, I almost fell off. Which would have been awkward. Oh, fuck. New. It's not exactly really slow, it's... No, let me just scroll down. There we go. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Scroll back up. Oh joy, that's gonna be fun. Ugh. No, I don't want that. won't be able to use diamond due to the simple fact that I don't have diamond, so I would have to use the uranium. That is to say, if the using diamond would be possible in the first place. Interesting. Logical. One, two, three, four, five. Alright, so nothing has in fact actually changed. Cool. I wonder how hard such a mod would be to make. I know you probably don't know what I'm thinking about, but like what just went through my head was like, how hard would it be to make a mod obviously compatible with something like Mechanism or Immersive Engineering that would use the dusts? Like, how hard would it be to make a mod like that has, like, for instance, iron gravel? So, like, instead of giving a flint, having a chance of giving a flint, it has a chance of dropping iron dust as opposed to gravel. Or, well, the iron gravel. With the quote-unquote iron gravel essentially just being gravel. Like, it would function exactly the same way as regular gravel would, but when you place it, instead of a chance of it having flint, there's a chance of it having iron or copper. Like, that would be an interesting way to get early dusts. Because, like, one thing that I do know is, like, for instance, right now, I have to wait until I get uranium. Not uranium. Redstone. And granted, yes, what I'm doing makes it harder to get redstone. But, even through regular play, it can take a while to find redstone. Yes, if you're using a set seed and you know the seed, it'll be fairly easy to find redstone. Hey, I found uranium ore. Good. Now, if I had the ore doubling set up, I would be able to... I might... Yeah, because that's Mechanism, so So, in theory, it would have the ore doubling ability, since it's part of a mod that adds that, so uranium dusts might be a thing. I say might because it's not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if I can ore double uranium. If I can, excellent. If I can't, then, well, that's on me. Oh. if I have more uranium. I do. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Also awesome sauce. I want you so that I can go ahead and go. Right, it's just that one. Alright. Let me split that, and go. Boom, boom. Alrighty. Wow. Good trade. It was like pretty early. That's a little awkward. Yeah. Every time that happens, this just creeps me the fuck out. Alright, hold on. Simplest fix is grab you. There. Alright, so it shouldn't happen anymore. Because I think what was happening was like something. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. Quack. Yeah, I'm probably not going to keep that style of the buildings. I might. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how this, like, the port thing will go. Obviously, once I'm done with the terraforming, here, let me actually, that, there. Obviously, once I'm done with the terraforming, I will, like, the actual proper port area will be made into oh my god, that's a big slime. I shall leave it be. I wonder why that took its time. No matter. No. There you go. Yeah, I might actually, like, eventually, like, do a, like, go into the nether. I'm not sure when that will be, though. It's probably not going to be this stream. I think what I want to do, like, before I go into the nether, I think I want to actually, like, have the ore doubling set up. Because you never really know. Like, it might be possible to ore double netherite. I doubt it. I doubt that would be a thing that they would add. But, like, on the off chance that it is, that would certainly be interesting. Or doubling netherite. Or tripling netherite. Because, like, if mechanism can or let me check something. No, it does not look like there's a ore doubling. Oh. Yeah. Mechanism has netherite dust. I don't know if that means that I can ore double it. I don't. So I don't want to get my hopes up. But at the same time, if that is exactly what it means, then yeah. So, obviously, when I do set up or start a netherite farm, you know what? That is going to bug me. So once the netherite farm is started, there we go. Oh, hey, look. Oof. Hopefully that connects. Alright, hold up. Well, can I do it? Nope. It has to grow that way. Is that annoying? Yes. I have to deal. Also, yes. Oh. No, the slime despawned. And turned into a bat. Alrighty. I think once I finish this layer, I'm going to grab more coffee. That might be bad for the... Oh. Ugh. You know, I'm almost tempted to get these two to this layer, like to the same layer as this, and like get the rest of it to that layer as well. I'm very tempted to do that. Like just so like I have larger room or something. Like then like what I could do is like do it chunk by chunk. Finish up chunk by chunk. is what I'm saying. Oh, excuse me. So like instead of like this multi-chunk thing that I'm doing now, it could be like a... Hell, I could do it in any way I bloody please. Alrighty. I shall be right back with more coffee. And I've returned. Oh, excuse me. Back to game. Alright, we've got one assist there. We've got the one assist there. And the one assist there. Cosma is still not awake, which I suppose. The fuck is room light? I don't know or care. Back again. Maybe I will do a RuneScape stream eventually. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure I want to, though. Actually, I think what I'll probably do is run around, do stuff. Get to the dungeon area. And maybe then I'll do a RuneScape stream. Exactly 100% important. Yeah, I don't mean I won't have access to the member world anymore, but whatever. Obviously, I'm going to fix any discrepancies with the torches once, Oh, great, it's raining. What ship have you waited for? So yes, that's a heat generator, generating heat. Thunderstorm. Boom, boom. Eesh. It is, in fact, actually rather surprising. Is that a... No. No, it's just a wet doggo. Oh well. Whatever. And somehow we're back up to 45. I don't know how that happened. Oh no, I know how it happened. That's how it happened. Alrighty. So now we're at 48. Yes. Not entirely sure how far down we'll go. Or how long we'll go. I think how far I'm gonna go, or how long I'm gonna go, is until Minecraft starts giving me problems. Holy fuck! Hi dude, that's a little bit of a precarious, spot you decided to sit down at. Yeah, that'll be useful for, you know, what's it called? I think that's useful for the, mushrooms? Sorry, not entirely sure why I couldn't remember that. But yeah, I think that'll be useful for mushrooms, so yeah. Ugh. Nope, still happens. Awesome. Wow. It was almost a whole stack. So that's more ernium, so boom, 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 boom. Ugh. Dear God. Yes, I will eventually set up the supply camp. Potentially. I suppose that could be how I set up some of the buildings. Like I can manually build some of them myself. And like some of them will instead be like the mine colony buildings, I suppose. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing it that way. Ugh. Could have been because of Valhelsia. The Valhelsia name. Could that have been? Ugh. Oh, oops. Sorry, dude. Shit. Sorry. Not my fault. You would have been stuck down here and potentially respawn. Although, yeah, never mind. I don't exactly have an excuse. Oh. Oh, that's Enderman whoops. Oh, that's just lovely. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Enderman. Oh, no. Yeah, that's whoops. It says whoops. Ugh. Awesome. An Enderman is totally what I wanted to deal with. It's not. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Why not? Oh, it certainly would have been interesting if it was diamond. Like, what the fuck is it doing? Spot like if it was diamond, like the question would be like, what the fuck is it doing up here? But hold up. How often? Like, can I? Nope, I can't. So diamond dust plus cobble equals diamond ore. Interesting. Diamond dust in a crusher, or diamond in a crusher equals diamond dust. Diamond dust is used in an armored jetpack, anchor upgrade, diamond ore, enrichment chamber, infused type. Oh. Although, Yeah, that does make sense, actually. Never mind. It makes sense that there wouldn't be, like, ore doubling for steps for diamonds due to the fact that you don't have to smelt it. Like, if you had to smelt or do stuff with diamond, then it would make sense to have the ore doubling. But since you don't, so yeah, once again, I'm not entirely sure how long this stream is going to go. Tomorrow's stream is going to be Age of Empires. Age of Wonders Planetfall. Because, that right there. Huh. Oh, that's right. I remember now. They do the release stream things. And then at the end of them, that's when the DLC is... I forgot that Paradox did that. So it's probably gonna be at noon. I'm not ending the stream at noon. I might. I don't know. I mean, technically, there isn't exactly anything stopping me from ending this stream right now, and then coming back with Star Kings. In like a couple of hours. There's literally nothing stopping me. I'm gonna need to make a new one. I'm gonna have to make a new one with the... Either make a new one or swap to mining down 3 rows and then like going... Like what I could do is, instead of this 2-row thing, I could do 3 rows and like mine down this and then mine out the roof. Kind of thing. But that might be what I have to do with the once I get down to the big giant crevice. finally, the rain stopped. Yeah, you know what? That's how I'm gonna do it. So once I get down there, I will swap to 3. That is, once I get down there, or well, there, I will swap to doing 3 layers as opposed to 2 layers. That way I could lay out the floor, mine out the top. Lay out the floor, mine out the top. Like, mine the layer, lay the floor, mine the top. And then go down and repeat the process. Potentially, well, not really ad infinitum, but like, oh, hey, be, and in that regard, UEFA, for one, hello, welcome. In that regard, UEFA, it's, the reason for doing this is simply for the, because I can. Like, yes, it will just be the square section to bedrock, but, I can. Yeah, like, this is essentially getting me a fuck ton of stone, but why not? Not even sure if the wave is even still here. Because, hold on. Let me adjust chat settings so that it shows timestamps. Ah, okay, you are still here. But, like, again, yeah, like, the whole reason for me, for why I started this, is for the simple reason of, because I can. I'm not entirely sure how to answer that question. Like, for now, I'm entertained. It's something to do other than sitting around. So, like, in that regard, I suppose you could say yes, but like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm answering like the question, like that question, as yes right now, but like, ask me again in 2 or 3 months when I'm not even halfway done. Will the answer be different? Probably. Right, like that's kind of exactly what I was going for with the ask me again in a few months thing, because like, absolutely, like, eventually it will seem monotonous, for lack of a better phrase, and like, at that point I'm not sure if I will continue, or like if I'll take like a couple of month break. Like, I'm pretty sure eventually there is going to be a point where I do take a break from doing this, and like, I stream anything else. Like, I'm sure going far enough into the future, there will be a point where I would rather stream me staring at Microsoft Excel. Like, at that point, Microsoft Excel might be more entertaining than doing this. But I don't know. When that time comes, that time will come, and I'm sure something will have happened. Lovely. I'm not too concerned with losing the materials. Lovely. Ah, lovely. But yeah, I'm not denying it. Eventually it is going to get boring as hell. This is just state of fact. The only question is how far into it will I be before I'll need a break from doing this? Like, it won't be the exclusive thing I'm doing on the channel. Like, because like, again, tomorrow is going to be a Age of Empires Planetfall. Since the new DLC dropped. Well, it drops today, but yeah. Ugh. Fastest way be to do that. Yep. Certainly helps when you actually follow the developers. Yeah, on Twitter. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, no. Huh. There it is. Hopefully I find some gold soon. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's kind of where I get the Dwarf Fortress updates as well. Although I think Kit Fox might have a Twitter, but I know the Dwarf Fortress devs do not. Ew. Cool. Teleporter. Ooh. Oh, thank God. Ow. Huh. I wonder how that happened. Yeah, however it happened. Ugh. Well, yeah. Like, not really, because, like, this is only 4 chunks. And I'm going to be doing 100 chunks. All the way to bedrock. Like, it's 10 by 10. So, like, that would be one. Like, this is one corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got a ways to go. Two. I've got 2 to deal with. There's this bit here and this here. Well, yeah, like if I go up instead of down, I would only have to deal with this, but like it's a lot more. It would be a lot more water to deal with than, say, going down. As like with going down, it's really only on the edges that I would have to worry about the water. I have not exactly decided which direction I'm going to be going quite yet. So there's that. Well, that would interfere with like 6 chunks. Yeah, because like that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then I'd also have to deal with the ocean. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, plus it would also get rid of my house. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, yeah, that would be right here. Possibly. Because, like, that would still be here if I went up. And if I went down, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be there. Optimally, what I should have done is had it here. That way it would only be like small lakes. That I would have to deal with. Why is it suddenly so dark? Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like doing it that way deals the least amount of water to deal with. Like, yeah, I'll have to deal with the lakes as well, because like that would be there, 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 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like, yeah, like I'd have to deal with these lakes, this lake, these lakes, and this lake as well. And no, I wouldn't have to deal with that lake, but TNT. Let me see. Yeah, I could. Because, like, it's just sand with gunpowder. And that is... Oh. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting. Alright. And, like, as for why I don't use TNT, it's mostly because, like, I want to keep it confined within the chunk borders. And utilizing TNT, there is that slight random element. Because, like, if I were to lay down a layer of TNT and then light it, once one of them explodes, yes, the others will explode, but, like, they'll be sent off instead of just sitting there. And I'm sure there's a way that I could turn that off, but I'm not sure if they're... Actually, I'm not sure. Oh! Uh-oh. That'll be a problem. Oh, no. We're already there? Partially? Ah, that was literally just one. That's a problem. The right? No. Well, at least according to the original plan, because, like, that's up there. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that, well, is eventually going to get mined out, but it isn't right now. So, yeah. One, two, three, four, five. Perfect. Eh. Yeah, but that would mean I would need to go out and farm creepers for the gunpowder. At least until I can get a crusher. Ah, there you are. How you doing? Glowstone. Yeah. Whoa. Huh. Cool. Ah, awesome. Oh, now it's raining. Perfect. I wonder how the cat's doing. I put the food out. Hopefully it's not getting soaked. It probably is. Suppose I could look. Yeah. Yeah, it's raining. How am I lucky? Oh. I suppose so. Though, history shows that my streams get a little spotty when it rains. Eh. Maybe take a trip over to England. I hear it rains over there all the time. Is that a thing you guys can still do? Like, I know they're trying to leave the EU, but and of course there's also a virus. Yeah. Like, I just know... The one thing I do know for a fact is one of the things with the EU was supposedly it made it easier to travel around over in Europe. Or they made it easier. Supposedly. That's what I heard. Granted, I've never been to Europe, so I have no bloody clue. Like how true that is. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that is what I heard. Like, the EU made it pretty much the same thing as, like, moving between states over here. Because, like, over here, like, I could go from Florida, where I am, get in a car and drive all the way up to Minnesota and, like, not need, like, a passport and, like, to stop and make sure, like, there's no border controls between the states. Stuff like that. Well, yeah, it is. It is nice, but like, I heard, like what I had heard was like that was essentially the role that the EU were trying to do, like trying to have, like not necessarily turn Europe into like the United States, something like the United States, but like have. Make it easier to travel was essentially one of the things that they wanted to do. But again, that's just what I've heard. That like it was kind of like over here I could sit there and say I live in Florida but I work in Arizona, and like do my shopping in Georgia. Although Arizona's literally on the other side of the country, so I need to take a plane every day. But I mean, there are people who do that. There are people who do that. So yeah. Oh. Dear God. I'm pretty sure the mic is picking that up. And like with how hard it's raining, the food's probably soaked. Didn't put it under something so it's possible it's not. He's not exactly like a bad person per se. It's his policies that if he gets into office aren't exactly popular with the people. Like one of the things that he talked about while he was campaigning, granted if you ask a Democrat, they'll completely and utterly deny this, that he ever said this, but he did. One of the things that he was campaigning for was cutting Social Security. And since more than half of the country, like a good chunk of it, like 80% of the country is on Social Security, that didn't sit well with a lot of people. And like early on in the campaigning, he was sitting there saying, "I'm going to raise your taxes and lower Social Security." Granted, yeah, there are some countries, like even over in Europe, that, yeah, Social Security. Simply put, like, I'm not sure, like, if you guys have anything like it, but simply put, Social Security is for lack of a better phrase to quickly explain it, it's pretty much like unemployment benefits. Like Social Security is technically for, I know one of them is for helping raising young children, and another one is for like the really old people who can't exactly work, but also don't have retirement money. And like how it works, how Social Security works, is a portion of the tax income that the country makes is dedicated for essentially giving these people money so that they're not on the street starving. Like that's what Social Security is supposed to be for. There are certain groups of people who exploit the system, but like that's, again, like that's what Social Security is supposed to be for. And one of the things that Joe Biden was in his campaign, what he was saying he was going to do was cut Social Security and raise taxes. Which, again, due to the fact that the majority of the country is on Social Security, it didn't sit well with a lot of people. Which is why halfway through the campaign, he changed face and was suddenly saying, "No, I'm not going to do that, and I never said that," even though he did. And like for instance, like the whole tax thing, they were like halfway through it, like they were like the whole time they were saying that they were going to raise taxes, if they were elected, they were gonna raise taxes. But one of the things that like they added on was like, oh, we're gonna tax the rich more. We're gonna it's not gonna affect the common man. It's gonna affect the rich more. But like the thing that they don't talk about, and they don't want people realizing, is it's actually the opposite. Like, raising taxes will affect everyone else more because the rich over here are already not paying taxes. So, like, one of the things that people don't actually talk about all that often is there is like the actual tax, but there's also an effective tax. Where, like, for instance, say across the board, the actual proper tax, like income tax, is 10%. The effective tax over here, how things stand right now, that 10%, the effective tax for like the poorest citizens is more like 90%, due to the fact that they can't keep any of their money because all of their money already goes to bills. So they don't live on the street. But with the rich, you would think like, oh, well, then it probably should be like 90% with the rich as well. No, the effective tax with the rich, because they have these lawyers who specialize in making it so that you don't pay your taxes, the effective tax for the rich, like the wealthiest citizens, is 0. So, like, if the effective tax for the rich, that is to say, these people that the Democrats are saying that they're gonna tax more, if the effective tax is 0, raising the tax on the rich from like 10% to 50%, it's still gonna be, the effective tax is still gonna be 0 because they're already not paying. So why would they be more inclined to pay if you raise it? They wouldn't. It would have the opposite effect. They'd be more likely to not pay. And because the not wealthy, the not rich, don't have the money to afford these tax lawyers, they will be the ones that are hit with the raised taxes, not the rich. And that's one of the things, and like that whole effective tax thing is something the Democrats in particular, none of the politicians want to admit that is such a thing. The Democrats don't want to admit it because it completely undermines their whole platform of taxing the rich more. The Republicans don't want to admit there is like the effective tax is actually a thing because, well, they're the rich. Granted, pretty much all of the politicians can be put under the category of the rich, but like the Republicans even more so because, like, supposedly they've got the whole old money thing going for them. Hey, we've got a tiny slime. But, like, yeah, like, no politician wants to admit that there is a such thing as, like, the effective tax. They don't. But it's there. And, like, the only real way of having the rich actually taxed more is to get rid of the loopholes. But they don't, but, like, for instance, like the Democrats, they would rather give the empty promise of raising the taxes to the rich than the actual thing that will be effective, which is the getting rid of the loopholes that allow the rich to not pay their taxes, because again, a lot of people, like for instance, families, they're able to also not, like even poor families are able to not pay their taxes due to the children. Essentially, raising children is a tax write-off. It's why you'll have like these really dirt poor, poverty level families with 5, 10 children. Because they could sit there and say, I've got 5 children that I need to raise. So those children, tax write-off, you actually get money instead. But that's like one of those loopholes in not paying taxes that we have over here. But like, so the Democrats don't want to sit there and say that they're going to get rid of the loopholes in tax law, because that will outright negatively affect the poor. But they don't want to admit, like that would essentially them being that they essentially, like that could be taken as them saying they don't care about the poor. Granted, they don't. Their policies certainly show that. But they don't want to admit that because they have this narrative going, at least right now, they have this narrative going that the Democrats, that is, according to them, according to the Democrats, the Republicans are the ones who actually care only about the rich. And that it's the Democrats, again, according to the Democrats, that care about the people. When in reality, if you actually look at the policies, it's the opposite that's true. But they don't want to admit that. Because once they admit that, there goes their narrative of how they're for the people. Because, again, they're really not. Oh, the slime disappeared again. Oh well. Yeah, no. It's going to. There is a guaranteed chance that America, as it is right now, America's not going to make it to 2100. As things are going right now, that is a guarantee. America will either implode on itself and completely and utterly fracture, or it'll become a dictatorship. It'll become a fascist state. Which, ironically, is another thing that the Democrats don't want you realizing is they've got a lot of socialist policies, but they don't want people to remember that that certain party was from Germany. Their name was the National Socialist Party of Germany. Democrats don't want people remembering that. Because, again, like, one of their biggest things right now, the Democrats, that is, one of the biggest things that they talk about is combating racism and combating sexism and all those ism things. And, like, one of the biggest things that they say is like, their policies supposedly are anti-fascist, anti-Nazi. But, like, what they don't want people realizing is a lot of their policies are one, socialist, and two, very reminiscent of Nazis. Like, I can't really put it any other way. But, like, they don't want the general public realizing that because, again, that undermines their narrative of them being the good guys. Like, I don't think there is an American in the world, other than, of course, the Americans that are a part of the neo-Nazi movement. Like, I don't think there is a sensible, let's put it that way, I don't think there is a sensible American in the world that does not understand how evil the Nazi party were. I don't think there is one. And, like, if there is, they're probably a child. Or have some sort of mental illness. And, like, that's where the whole thing about how, like, the Democrats don't exactly want people to remember that the Nazi Party was socialist. Yes, absolutely. Like, honestly, my opinion, the only real way to combat that kind of stuff is to not acknowledge it. And I don't mean like pretend it doesn't exist, because it does. I'm not denying that there are racist people. I'm not denying that there are sexist people. They exist. Some of them are, in fact, in office right now. And before, like, yes, they are. Granted, now it's not anti-black and anti-women. Now it's anti-white and anti-male. That's how things are right now. But, like, that's still sexism. That's still racism. Yes, you can sit there and say, but it's to combat the previous racism. You can say that, but it's still sexism. It's still racism. Ugh. But, like, yeah, in my honest opinion, the only real way to combat such things is to not acknowledge the people who use it. Like, there's a clear difference between admitting something exists and not acknowledging it. Clear difference. Some people don't want there to be a difference, but those people can fuck off. Yeah, that could be a part of it. The idea of being included could definitely be a part of it, but, like, I think it mostly stems from certain parts of, like I've said in the past, like, I personally, right now, I blame our current situation in this country. I blame the current situation on, like, the 60s and the 70s. Not necessarily like the hippie that is to say the hippie movement. Not exactly the hippie movement as a whole, but the certain radical elements of it that took things a little too far. And so, like, now you've got this whole, like, couple of generations of people who were essentially raised to think that the government doesn't care about them. And that they should be ashamed for existing. Like, those two things. Like, you've got whole generations now of people who were raised to think that way. And so that's why we've got this, for lack of a better phrase, epidemic of people who openly anti-government. But yes, even back then, there were people who were like that, but there was a actual proper reason for it. The reason being that back then, the government was in fact actually shitty. Nowadays, things have improved, but these particular people don't want to admit that. Because they made, like for instance, again, the Democrat Party, they made it their entire platform that there was a problem with the government. Their entire platform is them saying, we're going to fix it. But the big thing with that is they don't actually want it fixed. They want the problem to still be there. Because that's what gave them power. And they don't care about the people. They care about having that power. And the moment the people realize, well, not just realize this, but the moment people realize that the problem that gave these people the power is no longer a problem, that is when those people lose that power. So they will essentially use their propaganda machine, that is the current media structure, to perpetuate that the problem still exists. Even if it doesn't actually exist. Is it possible it does? Yes, in small pockets. It's not so widespread and systemic that it was like in the 50s and the 40s and so forth. Things have improved. Could they improve more? Absolutely. That's always going to be true. There's never going to be a moment in time where everyone gets their way. There will always, no matter what, be a problem that needs fixing. Always. Yeah. How so? How did it make you think of robots? Why did it make you think of robots? Can I go down now? Yep, I'm gonna need it. Fuck. Ugh. Well, yeah, exactly. But like again, then comes in like the Detroit human become human issue. Yeah, we could sit there and have robots doing everything, but what happens when AI, like when we develop AI enough that it actually, like there actually becomes actual proper sentient robots. Granted, yes, that potentially is hundreds of years from now, but with how things are developing, it's an eventuality. And so, like, again, it's just a repeat of what's going on now, or what went on all those years ago. Do I have iron? That's tin. Well, that's iron, but alright, this does not have iron. This one does, though. And granted, like, again, like what you said, like, what? Oh, well, like, again, well, that's a long time from now, so we really shouldn't worry too much about that kind of stuff. But, like, for instance, we should. And the reason I say we should is because the sooner that conversation happens, like the thing with the sentient robot stuff, like the sooner that conversation happens, the better. Because like what I was saying, it is eventual. It may not happen in our lifetimes, or even our children's lifetimes. It may not happen for a few hundred years, but it will eventually happen. Like, with how technology is developing, it's eventual. It's inevitable. I don't remember what I was doing. I want you, and I want you. So, like, the question becomes, do we deal with it now? Before it's an issue? Or do we wait until it is an issue? Personally, I feel we should deal with it before it's an issue. Because that just makes the most sense to me. So close. Oh well. Like, again, like as I was saying, Well, yeah, other issues should be treated fairly. But, like, the point that I was getting at is it's quite clear slavery is an issue. Is like it's still a big issue that's just going to be talked about. So again, the question becomes, for instance, again, the sentient AI thing. When should that be talked about? Because, again, it's quite clear with how things are developing. Sentient AI, that is to say, sentient robots, is an eventuality. It's an inevitability. It's just a matter of time. And so the question becomes, when do we talk about that slavery? Is it slavery? Like, when does the sentient AI discussion get talked about? Would it be considered slavery? Should it be considered slavery? If it is slavery, should it continue? And like this, the same thing with if we do run into alien races. Because like right now, how things stand is human. That's the only real race that cares about rights. Because it's the only race we know of that's sentient enough for it to consider its own rights. That is a member of that species. So, like, again, the question becomes, how should we treat sentient robots? And, like, again, personally, I feel it should be, like, that should be, because it's an inevitability, because how things are going now, it is inevitable that we develop that kind of technology. Even as fantastical and sci-fi as it sounds, I feel with how things are developing, it is inevitable. It's going to happen. Like, again, it may not be in our lifetime or our children's children's lifetime, but it will happen. There's no question. And, like, that really is... Well, yes, this is true. The world, or at least Earth... Like, yeah, well, it doesn't sound like a 2013 post. It sounds like a 2012. Because, like, the whole, like, that was, like, the biggest thing. Like, Facebook was... Like, it was all over Facebook. The world was going to end in December of 2012. It didn't. But that was beside the point. Like, yeah, again, I understand that, like, it's entirely possible it never does happen. It's the same thing with exploring the universe. Is it entirely possible at some point during the humanity's lifespan, not the lifespan of Earth, not the lifespan of us, but like it is entirely possible at some point in humanity's lifespan, some sort of human explores the entirety of the universe. That is 100% possible. But at the same time, it's also 100% possible that no human, whether it's human or some branch of human that happens because of space, it like with like the universe and space, there isn't really exactly a technical definition, like separation of them. Generally, what's considered as like the universe is everything, and space is just outside of like planetary atmospheres kind of stuff. Like we've got like with space, we've got interspace, which is inside the atmosphere of Earth, and then outer space is everything outside the atmosphere. But like the universe is all of it. And of course, like even with that, there is separations. Like for instance, the observable universe is everything we can see, whether it's through our own eyes or telescopes or other things. Like that's the observable universe, and the what? That's a little early. Right, like I was saying, like again, that's why I'm saying it's an inevitability. Like the sentient AI thing is an inevitability, because the universe, because the future, not necessarily the universe, but like because the future is such a conflux. Things like that are almost required to be considered as inevitabilities, due to the fact that the further you go, the more likely a certain thing is to happen. Like, for instance, if I were to turn and do a lottery ticket every day from right now until the day I die, and let's say I also use the same numbers in the same combination every single time, because of how it works, every single day is one day closer to me winning the lottery. Is it possible that that event is not in my lifetime? Absolutely. But it is also possible that it is. And it's the same thing with the developments of technology. Like, again, for instance. Oh. No. Oh dear. I might have to end the stream early. That's a problem. Oh, yeah. Like I just got it. Okay. Uh. Yeah. I'll see what she says. Uh-oh. No. What I'm gonna do is here. Oh boy. Now my mind's gonna be on that. Shit. Oh, damn it. I just noticed it. Where is it? Any other? No. Hmm? Hmm. Ah! Ugh. Still don't get why that happens. No. Here. That's more copper. And oop. Oh, what's up? Come on. Massage. Should make it home. Just 3 times a week. Yeah, you go eat. You too. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh boy. Great. Okay. Perfect. So all that's really left is that. That of course doing. Oh, that will require ebony marble. Oh. Oh, excuse me. It should be all four, right? Yeah, it's all four. Yeah, it's all four. What happened to the I'm not sure how that's faster, but if experts say it is, experts say it is. Well, there's some emeralds. Cool. Aha! Oh, yeah. That's even more copper. Ugh. Oh. Yeah, that would do it. I wonder what that does. Diamond to crystal chest upgrade. Token enchanter. Obsidian pedestal. Intercell. Indicate. Gold. Silver to gold. Iron to gold. Okay, so that just takes iron. Gotcha. Block of what? Okay. That's fine. But how the fuck do I get that? Ah. Cool. I see. Ugh. Cool. Blaze gold just sounds awesome. Oh, but it's all diamond. That sucks. Huh. So seems gold plates isn't really used for much. Oh well. It's not exactly that much of a concern to me. Oh, God. It's 27. That would have been better. I think I might end the stream now. Oh shit, that was silver. Oh, but that requires copper. Copper to silver, silver to gold. Right. I'm gonna quickly use the restroom. I'm not sure how much time the stream's gonna go after that, but I really need to use the restroom. I don't think I actually muted it. Oh, alright. I'm, in fact, actually going to have to end the stream here. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to follow if you're watching this live on Twitch. Do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content, and hit the bell icon to be notified of next time I go live. If you're watching after the fact over on YouTube. And remember, Hail Sithis, Hail Shiva. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.